Now, Drew, damn, it's the easiest schedule they ever had in history. It's like, oh, my God, how could you not win double digits? I know things change and who you play and you look at the quarterback matchups, but I look at how can you not hold the organization's feet to the fire, that being Dennis Allen. Look, I'm a Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis fan. But I look right now, the team's right on the 500 bubble. I'll say for like 8-9, 9-8. Hell yeah, we should be double digits. We cannot afford to have the third consecutive losing campaign. Now, I don't know if you're going to win anything, but you should be in the hunt potentially to win the NFC South and have double-digit wins for sure, considering that where we're at right now with Derek Carr at the helm.
I've never seen him this excited over a schedule, Drew.
Yeah, I see that. I feel it. You know, it's funny. There are plenty of times where I looked at the schedule and was like, man, this is going to be the toughest schedule we've ever played. Like, look, we got to go here, we got to go there, this time of year, that time of year, whatever. At the end of the day, you really don't know. You really don't know what you're going to encounter, you know, from week to week with these teams. You know, on paper right now, some of them may look really, really good. Some of them may look really bad. You really don't know until you get to that point.
Right.
There's so many variables and circumstances that go into that, right? Not just them, but how you are as a team, right? How you're coming together. If you have some key injuries and you're just having to battle it out for a few weeks with some guys that are less proven. Look, at the end of the day, like, look at the division, you know. Should we win the division? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Win the division. But Atlanta will be better than they were last year. Carolina will be better than they were last year. Tampa, I don't know. Maybe not. Bottom line is this. You know, if you look at last year, we should have won the division last year.
I agree.
If we beat Tampa in Tampa on Monday night, would your impression of where the team sits be different had we won the division last year?
That's true.
Right? I think everybody would have maybe a little bit different feeling with a sense of urgency, but you know, you start feeling like, man, we really gotta do something here, right? It's been two seasons now without going to the playoffs, when obviously that's the expectation that we've established. But we were one game away, not even one game, we're like 2 plays away.
Right.
In that game. There's about 5 things that if just one of them didn't happen at the end of that game, we win the division, right? We're right there. I mean, bottom line is we're right there. We have all the pieces in place. I mean, offensively, golly, like I look at the skill position and just we've got a lot of mouths to feed, but man, we've got guys that if we can, everyone understands and embraces their role. I think Derek Carr is a great fit for the system. I think defensively, we're still there. You know, I mean, you'd say the 2 captains of the defense, Cam Jordan and DeMario, are in a position with some young talent now around them that we've gone out and drafted over the last 2 years. You got to make sure that we can hold up front. You know, you lose a couple interior D linemen, but you go and draft a couple. You know, hopefully those guys jump right into a position where they're key contributors, and everybody can stay healthy. I mean, look, yeah, sky's the limit. You know, you just want to take one step at a time, but I don't think you worry so much about who you're playing or the rest of the division or any of that other stuff, though, Bobby. You just focus on, honestly, the best teams that I was a part of here.
On yourself, right?
Were teams that just, honestly, the off seasons, the training camps, you just battled. Iron sharpens iron. Like, you woke up every day trying to kick the other side's ass.
Amen.
Like you woke up and it was like, I couldn't even look at Jonathan Vilma in the locker room. Because I was like, I got to kick that guy's ass today. Like you know, that. All those guys, Roman, Malcolm, like all those guys, you know?
Amen.
And so for a month, you were just at each other's throats. And then once you got to the season, like you were so tired of beating up on each other that you couldn't wait for the season to start. And then you looked at everybody else and you said, there's no way that who we're about to play this Sunday is better than what we've been going up against every day in practice for the last month. And it just made the season that much easier.
Now, Drew, but the question I should say that I have for you, we can't be snake bit again as far as can we take away the football or protect it? Drew, I bet you didn't know this. I'm going to tell you this. Do you know that the Saints are coming off their worst team ever, the worst season ever in Saints history for takeaways? And only 14 forced turnovers and 7 interceptions that were both franchise lows. Considering as good as our secondary was, that's 2 franchise lows. Well, you know this. Okay, let's say we've played a handful of games. Can't we be +4 instead of -4 or something? I mean, you know how much difference that makes.
Yeah. Look, and there's a lot of things that go into that. But you talk about, man, ways to help the offense, right, and play complementary ball, that goes a long way. On the flip side, the better the offense is, the more points you're scoring, the more pressure you put on the opposing offense to have to be more aggressive. Well, what happens when they get more aggressive? That's when the defense can be opportunistic. So all these things play hand in hand, right? And it's not that one equals the other, and it's a combination of all these things. Man, the better the offense plays, I guarantee you, the more turnovers the defense will get. And the more turnovers the defense gets, the more points the offense will get because of the more opportunities and the more momentum shifts, right? These things work hand in hand. Both sides have their responsibility in that.
Have you got a chance at all to talk to Saints rookie Jake Haener after he got drafted by the team in the 4th round? Huge fan of yours, wore the number 9 in college, and just seems to have that same kind of moxie, that attitude and that makeup.
Well, he's a poor man's Drew Brees waiting to accomplish great things. That's what I think.
Yeah, I had a chance to be around him this offseason, and he communicated a little bit of how he followed me growing up, but not to the extent of what's come out since the draft. So obviously that's humbling. I think it's a great pickup for the Saints. I think he brings a lot, and look, you hope that Derek Carr can stay healthy and everything goes great, but as we know in the NFL, you need a very, very capable backup, kind of stable of guys that can step in and get the job done if they need to, certainly Taysom Hill is always ready, willing, and able in whatever capacity, the team needs him. But yeah, that's always exciting to get guys like that, to hear stories like that and feel like, you've made that type of impact on a young player, a young QB.
Now, Drew, you bring up Taysom Hill. I said there should be a category for him, I don't know, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Not a regionalized Hall of Fame, but, I mean, talk about jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife. I mean, have you ever witnessed a quarterback that can run past you or run over you and then is capable to do some play-action passes and then also block a punt or return a kickoff? I mean, he's like the modern-day version of Jim Thorpe. I mean, okay, name another NFL player that's playing in the 21st century, or even before that, who's on the Taysom Hill level.
I've never seen a player like Taysom Hill ever. Maybe there was a throwback guy in the 1930s, 40s, 50s that we're not thinking about. Otto Graham or so, I don't know, but I don't think we've ever witnessed anything like this before. A guy who could. If someone decided to build an offense around him, he could play quarterback in the NFL. Okay? Look, that job is hard enough, right? But now couple that with the fact that he's returned punts, he's returned kickoffs, he's blocked punts, he's blocked extra points, he can block the point of attack in the run game, he can pass protect, he catches touchdowns, he can run the football as well as just about any running back you have. I mean, so it's not just one or the other. It's the combination of all these things. If all of a sudden you were down an offensive lineman and you said, Taysom, would you just play guard for like 3 plays and just like hold up against this stud inside? Right. I bet you he could do it.
Right.
He'd certainly stick his nose in there and try. So yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like the guy, and he's as good a teammate as I've ever had too, which makes it even better.
Drew, definitely appreciate the time. Please tell us more about the Pickleball Fest that is headed our way to NOLA, and any message out to all those sports and pickleball fans here in New Orleans.
Absolutely. Pickleballers everywhere. New Orleans, nationwide. Sign up. We'd love to have you. Again, the dates are August 10th through the 13th in New Orleans at the Convention Center. Be tons of events in and around the amateur pickleball tournament itself. There'll be pros, there'll be celebs, so celebrity pro-ams. We're going to have food, concert, music, you name it. It'll be a ton of fun. And you can go to drewbrees.com, which is our foundation website, because all the proceeds go to our foundation. And you can click on the link there to register. Also, sponsorship opportunities. If you want your company to be involved, we're going to have a whole VIP experience aspect alongside this, a huge hospitality aspect in true New Orleans fashion. So the NOLA Pickle Fest is what we're calling it. So the first annual New Orleans Pickleball Fest.